want you to know that you never have to be alone. I want you to know someone's always here for you, and I hope you believe it's me. Yes, I hope you believe it's me. Oh, I hope you believe it's me.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Invisible Song Club. My name is Mark Davis-Stallard. It's nice to be here today, and with me of course is the ever lovely Angela R. Campbell. How are you doing, Angela?
I'm just fine, Mark. How are you doing today?
I'm doing quite well, actually. I'm surprisingly prepared today. Well, so I've said that out loud. Everything is going to go wrong.
Yeah, be careful.
See, we've got quite a number of people already watching, so thanks so much for joining us. Please, while you're out there, please like the stream, share, subscribe, follow, whichever platform you're on. That'd be great. And yeah, we got a couple of great songs to talk about today. Was it All the Time Everywhere, and one from also from Jared Adams. So it's going to be a great show. So Angela,
Yes, it will. And both of these artists are up and coming indie artists from Canada. So I'm always excited when we do that, Mark, because these guys are brand new on the scene. Sorry, I keep turning my head because I'm trying to get my computer screen up and running. But they're both just new out there on the scene and trying to have their music heard. And so very raw, very green. And this should be fun.
Indeed. So as I said, we are called, as your eyes can tell you from the top of the screen, we are the Invisible Song Club. But what is the Invisible Song Club? Do you have any ideas, Angela?
Yeah, well, Mark, the Invisible Song Club is very much like a book club. And every 2 weeks, we review 2 songs. Where's the camera? Every 2 weeks, 2 songs. And Mark picks one song and I pick the other song. Actually, sometimes the songs are suggested by the Song Club members. So the Song Club members will make a suggestion and then Mark and I will go with that. And if they don't, then we get to pick. And like I said, it's very much like a book club. We just listen to the song ahead of the show, come up with some ideas about what our impression is of it, and then we talk about it here every second Sunday.
Excellent. And of course, a big part of the show is your inputs. So if you've listened to the songs already, please let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of what we are talking about. Any comments, we'll read them out as long as they're not too rude. Okay. So the first song.
I don't think we've ever had rude comments. We've had some of the reviews are a little more discerning than others, but I don't think they're rude ever. So we have a good audience, actually.
Yep.
Quite enjoying the people that have joined us.
Indeed. And in fact, one of our audience members has already made a comment, a very, very observant. That has to be Shalem, says, new specs for Angela or fix the old ones.
Yes. No, these are brand new and I can see a little bit better through them. Unfortunately, they reflect my light, but I can see much better.
My glasses don't reflect anything, so we're good. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to do Angela's pick first. So we'll go straight ahead, I think, and we'll listen to the 10-second clip. We can't play much more because of the copyright Nazi algorithms. So we'll play a little bit of that, then we'll come back, and then we'll play a little video that Angela's put together. Okay, so here we go. And I'm just going to check everything. We should be good. Here we are.
Read on repeat and I say, and you're blinded and you're wrong for what you celebrate. You are gifted but you're lost in such a fragile state. Don't be jaded and foretell what you have planned for me. Come on, get up.
Here we go. Oops. Give me a second. I messed it up. There we go.
He does that every time. I'd like to take a moment to thank the musicians for allowing us to use their 10 seconds of music on this show. It's much appreciated. I know that everybody works really hard on They're creative ventures, and we get to ride on your coattails. So thanks a lot.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. So we've. Should we just play your video straight off?
Yes, please. Are
Okay,
you ready?
let's do it.
They're all
I think
queued up?
so. Let's have a go.
Banff-based alternative skate punk band All the Time Everywhere, ATTE, first established themselves in the Kingston-Napanee, Ontario area. Band leader Aaron Lavinger relocated to Banff, Alberta in late 2019 to become both re-inspired and refocused on building his dream of being a working musician. Surprise, Aaron, COVID, haha. That kind of put a damper on his touring ambitions. He's working on the album The Long Con, and with the addition of new bandmates Chris Cushman on bass, Ryan Piontek on lead guitar, Channing Patterson on drums, The Long Con features 6 exceptionally strong tracks that demonstrate a drastic step forward for Aaron and All the Time Everywhere. Musical influences include Alexis on Fire, Architects, Goldfinger, Face to Face, Lagwagon, and The Full Blast, which describes a combination of metalcore, hardcore, and punk. Catchy lyrics, brilliant gang vocal harmonies, fast tempos, lead guitar playing including guitar riffs and guitar solos, fast drumming, lead me to classify this band as skater punk, a genre I absolutely love from the 90s. Track number 3, Partition, Party's Over, is written from a personal and worldwide standpoint. This song is about how things have been tolerated in the past and will no longer be. Tolerance and enabling of unacceptable behavior is the same as committing the crime itself.
Here we are. Excellent.
Well, that was very well done.
It was very much actually.
I apologize to the lead singer, Aaron, for messing up his name. I have no idea how to pronounce his name. Also, I'd like to mention, Mark, that the drummer in the video, I don't believe is the current drummer. I think he's the drummer that recorded with them previously, but I don't think he's with the band anymore. So the name that I mentioned as their drummer probably isn't the one in the video. So, but I don't know what the guys look like for sure. So,
okay.
Side note.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to get on with my regular analysis. Oh, Shaleem says the sound is fine. So we're good.
Good.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go ahead with that. So here we go. So Partition, Party's Over. So the song starts with a fade in of a single note. It's kind of little Beatles-esque there, I think. Sounds like a guitar and bass, sustained notes there. A clean electric guitar kind of strums out a basic rhythm with a single hi-hat hitting every second beat, which, to be honest, if I hadn't been watching the video, I might not have noticed the hi-hat. It was quite subtle. The bass guitar joins in on the second verse, and the bass drum hits hard, no doubting that the drums are there, causing the energy to really build. You really kind of get the sense that something big is coming. And then when we hit what seems like the chorus, but it's not the chorus, it's more like a middle eights, which we usually find about 2/3 of the way through a song, not near the beginning. And the vocals continue to climb in energy. The whole band seems to be at its heights. And had they left it there and gone back to the verse, I think we would have been satisfied enough. But it doesn't stop there. We get hit hard with the actual chorus, and the melody ascends and descends on every line. The chord progression brings us high and then back to a resolution, pretty much on every line. Just when you think the chorus is done, they do it again, but this time with even more variety in the melody, rising higher and building the tension further. Now, when I first heard this, it actually made the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end, and I think that was probably because of the excellent harmonies. It really was something to listen to. And so this definitely raises us to quite a height before bringing it into land, and left me, after that first chorus, just feeling really, really quite good about the whole thing. Now, after a short instrumental break, they go back to the verse. The energy then lowers as it did, and it starts to build. And then this time, when it gets to that middle eights, they completely bypass it. They up the ante at the end of the verse, straight into the chorus. And we're taken, and it's like the energy is just suddenly, it hits us again, with a little bit more force without that extra stepping stone. Now, as the song comes to a close, the chorus is repeated, and it leaves us very much on a musical high. Now, on an intellectual level, the melody of the song seems at odds with the lyrics, which is not really as bright as the music, and it's quite low. So they seem pretty down. The phrasing, like, I still black out my windows so I can live in peace. And of the chorus, you see nothing is permanent except for my discontent. Everything changes. The party is over. But at no point did I feel that they were at odds. But whereas on an intellectual level, they seemed to be. But on an emotional level, it works really, really well. So on the strength of this song, I'd say that All in the Mind, All the Time Everywhere, are definitely well worth checking out. Back to Angela, here we go.
Well, yeah, they have an interesting band name, don't they? And they encourage people to call them ATTE, or maybe they're encouraging people to call them ATTE or something. I don't know, but anyway, ATTE is cute, and it certainly makes it a little easier to remember their band name because it is a long one. As I said, I loved skater punk back in the 90s. Like, I was all over Avril Lavigne and bands like Goldfinger and Guttermouth, and there were so many. There was a huge amount of bands doing skater punk back in the day, and I really enjoyed it because they were uplifting, fun songs, and generally quite simple, and just lifted your spirits and was fun. This song is a little beyond that. The subject matter is very serious, and the intro to the song is kind of emo, right? It's kind of sad and slow and dreary, but then they bring you into the fun, uplifting skater punk vibe, and it does have a lot of different elements in the song. There's all kinds of pieces to it. They really could have just kept it simple and done the middle piece and kept it fun and punkish. But no, they've got like great musicianship in there. They've mixed it up. They've created a storyline and draw a picture in your head. And as you said, Mark, the harmonies are quite impressive. I was very impressed with the harmonies. And that's a big part of the genre as well, and that makes it really fun. The guitar was great. So yeah, I was quite impressed with this song. I found out about this band from their PR agent, Paul Husband. And if anyone wants contact information for Paul Husband, let me know and I'll send it to you. And I wouldn't have heard of them at all if it wasn't for him. I didn't know they existed. So thank you, Paul, for passing that on. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that.
Okay, nice. Okay, let's see what's in the chats. So just going back to earlier, David Krause says hello. So hi, David. Thanks for joining us. Tesla, sorry, I beg your pardon, has joined us as well. Muttley from the UK, and Muttley Reesewood, woof to you as well. And Shaleem says, great analysis, Mark. Oh, here we go. And just in time, Shaleem, he has some comments about the song as well, so I'll go straight into that. So All the Time Everywhere, Partition 2020. Curiously, the first two verses of the song on their Bandcamp page are actually not in the song. Musically, it has a routine pop punk sound to it, and it's too ordinary to be elevated above the competition. There you go.
Shaleem, I have a question for you. Do you think that they sounded like Blink 182? Is that the name of the band? Blink 182? My memory. Yeah, 182.
Yep.
That's what they sounded like to me, that old skater punk band, for the main part of the song. And I'm just wondering if maybe you think they were too simple because they're completely just playing a genre style that has been heard before. It's not new. So I'm wondering if you say it's simple because of that or another reason. So please elaborate.
Yeah. To my ears, and honestly, I'm out I've already been outed as someone that doesn't necessarily listen to a lot of the music, the same music that Angela does. To my ears, it sounded fresh and it sounded really quite energetic and quite appealing. I'm not an expert in the genre at all, but I loved the song. Okay.
Oh, love. Nice.
Okay. So look, we did have thanks from All Time Everywhere from Aaron Lavagur. I'm sure I probably...
Aaron, awesome. Glad you could join us. That's fantastic.
Oh, and Shalem does say maybe a little bit like Blink, but the song is not enough. I've seen Blink and Green Day. All right. There you go. And I know Shalem has pretty much heard every single musician there is multiple times. So,
Salim knows what he's talking about, man.
Oh, yeah, we have another comment coming up. They are getting quite talkative in the chat, which is great. So Tesla says, I think it's musically solid. I do think they need better mastering upon their work. They're more polished than old Minor Threat, but their sound needs that punch of someone in the studio.
Right. Yeah. As I said, they're new, they're green, they're, you know, they haven't done very much. I think it's first EP. I'm not sure, but it's not even an album. It's EP.
Right.
So yeah, you're not going to get quality with that.
Well, and I do all my recording in my basement, and yeah. So don't come criticizing mine.
Good enough, we say in the YouTube world.
Oh, okay. I got to point Shalem out. He thinks I was being sarcastic, but I think that I wasn't being sarcastic, Shalem. I think you're probably way more knowledgeable in music, certainly from a listener's point of view than most people I know. And, you know, so it wasn't intended to be a sarcasm. It was an honest compliment. Okay,
and I agree, Shalem.
Okay, so should we move on?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Hear the next song.
Okay, so the next song is Jared Adams, Wild at Heart. Well, as usual, we'll play a short clip.
I first encountered...
No, we won't, because that's not the short clip. Hang on a second. Yes.
You get fired from the radio station.
Yep. Well, yeah. There aren't many professional radio hosts who are their own technician, their own producer. Anyhow, here we go.
Only recall now is a smile and how she'd say, remember when we were young and the world was in our hands, madly desirous of the ones who burn.
And there we are. Did you want to say a few words before I put on the video?
No, you can cut right to it, man.
I think I've done that. Okay.
I first encountered Jared Adams when he was in the band Color by Numbers, Winnipeg's self-professed nerdiest alt-rock band. They're a lot of fun. Jared has ventured out on his own with his solo project's debut album, Tragic Nostalgia. Jared Adams describes his music as heavy folk, a mixture of soft, gentle acoustic guitars leading into soaring, distorted choruses laden in reverb. Often drawing on past experiences, his lyrics are a memoir of his life entombed in a shell of pop music. It's this eclectic mix of sweet poppy goodness and grandiose acoustic epics that has Jared's music subverting expectations. The song we're reviewing today is called Wild at Heart, a song about growing old while still trying to hold on to the things you knew when you were younger.
There we go. Okay, so I'll just go straight in.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, here we go. Moving over. Right. So Jared Adams, Wild at Heart. So this song, as Angela was saying in that clip there, is a song about someone looking back over their life, which is, Jared is, as you saw by the pictures there, is quite a young man, certainly by my standards. And it's a kind of topic of a song that you kind of expect from someone of my age looking back. So it's kind of unusual for us, for someone of that age to be able to write something that seems not just from a mature perspective, but actually really quite maturely produced and written and created. So the song begins with a bass drum, and it comes straight in with a lead guitar picking out a tune that complements the melody of the verse. The verse builds to a crescendo, and we're expecting something. The tension builds, but he teases us and takes us back into the introduction, bridging, and then into the next verse, and the musical tension continues to build. Now, as the second verse continues, a bright piano comes in right towards the end of that verse and accents the melody and the chord progression. This time, we're led into the chorus, which goes some way to resolve the tension, but not quite completely. The electric guitar solo, which follows it, and has some little bit of distortion on it, plays a clear melody, which takes its own melodical path through the chorus, not simply repeating the vocals. Although that would have worked as well. But you can hear every note, which I always appreciate in a guitar solo, unlike the fast, showing off thrashing kinds of solos. But the solo helps the continuation of the release of the tension and brings us satisfyingly down, at least ready enough for the next verse. And the continuing cycle of tension and resolution continues. I think I've redundant in that comment. The song concludes with the chorus repeated twice at the end. Now, like I said, the chorus doesn't really bring the song to a satisfying conclusion on its own, but oddly enough, the repetition of the last line after the second, or the repeats of the chorus at the end there, "You're wild at heart, you're wild at hearts," does actually a really good job of rounding it off very nicely. So like I said, the song comes across as being fairly positive, and I think that the last verse leaves us feeling good about this glance down memory lane. The sun will rise again and enlighten your heart. The distance and space between won't seem as far. We'll sit and think for a while about the good old days, recalling every smile and all the things we used to say. I think that those aren't the words of a young man. Those are the words of someone that's experienced life. If I didn't know better, I would say so. Anyway, that's certainly a proof that he knows how to handle a lyric. And Angela, back to you.
Well, Mark, it's interesting that you talk about Jared being a young man and writing with nostalgia, looking back on his life. I believe that just shows he has a very good imagination. And I remember back when Kate Bush was new, I think she started writing at 17 years old about love. And what the heck did she know about love? But she had such a vivid imagination and felt things so deeply that her songs were incredible. And I think that Jared has that skill as well of being able to lyrically come across as if he's the character that he's talking about. So that's really cool. The something to note is Wild at Heart is just one song in a debut album that he's created called Tragic Nostalgia. So this is part of the story. And I think it is worthwhile to listen to Jared's lyrics. I think that that's where Jared is strongest. He's quite cute in his vocals. I call it cute because he has more of a high-pitched voice. He can sing sort of the, the teen angst kind of style of music. I know that he, in Color by Numbers, it sounded very teeny bop. And sorry, Jared, if I'm insulting you here, but it's just your style of singing. Like you really do well with, like, you can sing Smashing Pumpkins songs. You know, that's kind of what I'm talking about. And even, what else was I thinking of? I was thinking of another band, Our Lady Peace even. But I think that, the vocals, his vocals suit certain songs. So when he writes his own music, he's matching his vocals to what he's writing. So that's perfect. And when he does covers, he picks covers that match his voice. And I really appreciate that. Guitar wise, he does fine. He can cover, he's got a video that covers this song as an acoustic version. And then he plays with the band as well. And the band that he plays with includes some great Winnipeg musicians. He's connected to some people who know what they're doing, are a lot of fun on stage. And the video is fun to watch because I know the people. So Um, honestly, my point is that I think Jared is strong in songwriting. I think the lyrics are where his strength is. And I think it's worthwhile to continue to watch him. He's a newbie. He doesn't have great recordings yet. He's still finding his voice. And I think in the future, if we continue to listen to his songs and follow his words, a really cool story is going to come out.
Nice. Thanks, Angela. Okay, over to the audience. I just wanted to I pronounced someone's name Tej. It's actually pronounced Ty, so apologies, Ty. We'll try and remember that for next time. Hopefully, you'll come back and have a schedule off. So Shalem says both videos from Angela were terrific and much appreciated. More, please.
Oh, thank you, Shalem.
And quickly skim there. I make sure I'm not reading out the conversation between people in the chat there. Oh yeah, so Shalem is.
I love when they talk to each other. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I do that too when I'm watching the Invisible Man show. Or Adam Peasy's show. I do that too. I talk to everybody.
Indeed. So I think this was about the comment previously. But Shalem says, Angela, I met Tom from Blink about 2 years ago when he was at a place of work checking out a room for a scene for an upcoming movie that he is making.
Oh, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that.
Okay, and now, I do get to say the name properly. So Ty says, the second track could be on pop radio today. It's clean, it doesn't stick out or grab me, but I wouldn't have changed the station anyway. Oh, sorry, I wouldn't have changed the station away if it came up on the radio. And Shalem is an encyclopedia of sound. I told you so. There we go.
Yeah.
And again, skipping down. And I'm not sure, maybe I've missed something here, but Shalem says, love Kate Bush, great imagination as well. Good point, Angela.
Kudos to Angela.
Yeah. Okay, so Shalem has his main comments about the song, so I'll read those up. So Wild at Heart. It's the first track from the Tragic Nostalgia album, which I own. So he knows everything. Right? He collects everything, I'm sure. Anyway. Memorable chorus, distinctive voice, has a heartland rock and roll sound to it, would not be out of place to have him open for Springsteen and would be appealing to his fans. Nostalgic storytelling, lyrics have freedom and are effective without the need to always rhyme, especially like the piano playing. Yeah.
I'm gonna get some haters now because I don't like Springsteen. So I can't even relate to that comment.
Yes, well, we already know I don't listen to that kind of music regularly anyway, so I shan't say anything further. He's successful for a reason. Anyhow. Okay, I think that's all we have in the chat. I'm not seeing anything else coming up. But so before we go, though, so just to remind you again to subscribe, share, and all that other good stuff. That would be much appreciated. But, of course, you've noticed the URLs, the domain names under both Angela and I. Angela, what is Oh Just Eat It? Tell us about that.
OJustEatIt.ca is a blog that I started about 10, 11 years ago because I was going out watching live music and then telling my friends all about it on social media, and finally decided that I needed a blog so that I could just share it with everyone. I'm so excited about Canadian indie music, and I really love the opportunity to be able to tell people about the great musicians that are out there in Canada, doing their thing, working really hard, cranking out some awesome tunes. And I have a lot of fun exploring, and hopefully you'll follow along with OJustEatIt.ca and explore with me.
Indeed. So go check that out. Angela also has a Facebook page as well. Go like that as well. And a YouTube channel, which this also gets cross-posted to later in the week. So go check that out and subscribe and all that other good stuff. And of course, The Invisible Man is actually a project that Ryan Jans and I mentioned It's All in the Mind earlier. That's my band, so I didn't mean to get mixed up with one of the songs. But it's a project that we started doing to promote our music, to promote Winnipeg music, and it became very quickly promoting international independent music. And so we have the 3 shows: the Invisible Man show, which is the first one, the Song Club right here, which is the second one, and of course we have one that's headed by Adam Feasey in the UK, called Welcome to the Madhouse. So we're growing, and it's a great place to be. So go check us out. Theinvisibleman.ca has links to all of the shows from all three shows. Go check that out. You can see the Song Club shows from there as well. This one will be up probably tomorrow, and same with all the other shows as well. Go check it out. Lots of stuff there. You can even contact us through the website as well. Oh, and we have a Facebook and a YouTube channel. Go check those out. All links are on the website. Okay. I think we're good. Actually,
and please note that the theme song for the Invisible Song Club has been created by All in the Mind.
Well, yes, thank you. That was good, well pointed out. And I did a live version of it on the Invisible Man show yesterday.
Yes. I saw that. That was cool.
So go check that out.
Having 3 different people playing songs on that show.
Yes, that was fun. We're going to do that again. That was a lot of it. We did have 4 people, but unfortunately, other guy couldn't turn out. Now, the funny thing was, a little bit of behind the scenes, I had asked the 4 guests that we originally had, I had in mind, to provide 4 songs each. Now, there was 3 of us playing. We all played 3 songs each, and we filled the hour. So I don't know what we would have been going for another hour, another half an hour at least. So I'm glad in that respect that we didn't. So we've learned, but we're going to do that again for sure. We'll definitely have those Black Eyed Susie and Jared was on the show, and we're going to have some other people on. I haven't invited them yet, so I shan't say their names in case they say no. We do have one.
It's such an intimate setting. When you have live music on that show, the musicians themselves are talking with you about themselves and letting us all get to know them on a sort of like we're in their living room, and then they play music for us. It's like a party. I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, thank you. It was a lot of fun, and all I got to do is prep the show. All I got to do is prep a few songs. I don't have to write an interview and all that other stuff. So, and I get to do what I enjoy the most, which is to make music. So, we do have one last question. And I don't know if Andrew, we've been asked this before. Muttley asked this on pretty much every guest on every show where he's watching. Sausage sarnie or bacon butty?
I don't understand that language.
Yes, I was waiting for that. English English has multiple words for the same thing. Sarnie and butty both mean sandwich. So sausage sandwich or a bacon sandwich?
I prefer bacon, I think.
Bacon? Okay, there you go. Good.
I don't eat bread. But I don't eat bread, so I don't know. Just bacon.
I would have a probably, I don't know, it really depends what time of day. Later in the day, I would go for a sausage sandwich, but for breakfast, I used to remember really enjoying a nice crispy bacon butty at a hole-in-the-wall greasy spoon on my way to work many years ago when I lived in England. So I could go both ways. So thanks, Marty, for that.
Why do they call it a butty? Is there
it's just what they call it. It's bacon butty. It's a butty. It's a butty. It's a sandwich. Yeah, don't forget that England's made up of probably hundreds of different kingdoms all merged into one, and we kept the same languages and all that, right? So we just, all the words get merged and all the same.
That's why none of us understand you.
That is correct. We only understand each other, yes. Or we are Australians and New Zealanders, we understand as well. But yeah, they don't understand us. But anyhow, I'm just going to have a quick look. I saw something in the chat here. Another fun, interesting episode. See you both in 2 weeks, says Shaleem. He laughs, haha. The stunned look on Angela's face. Muttley stumped her with the lingo.
You enjoyed that, did you, Shaleem? Yeah. You guys should think something up for next time. Do it
and
again.
Muttley wishes us loves and sausages. So thank you very much. Same to you, Muttley. Okay, and on that high notes, and it is a high note, I'm hungry now. And we shall say goodbye. Thank you so much. And we will be back next week. Look, check out your social media for news of who's on the next Song Club. So thank you very much, and we'll catch you all in a couple of weeks. Bye.
Bye.